So good morning, everybody. We're our schedule's all off because of getting ready for the sozo. So the mornings aren't the usual way that we do mornings. So it's a little later in the morning that I'm getting this done. So we're coming close to finishing off Proverbs, and there's a real sense of justice as we're reading through this. That justice is an important thing. With wisdom comes justice, and justice and wisdom go hand in hand. Is what we see as we read through some of these, and I kind of mentioned to the church last Wednesday that. Part of the problem is that we have this wrong sense of what God's justice is, because so much of the church still wants to operate in the Old Testament, and that sense of the law and justice and breaking the law and punishment for breaking the law and all such things. But when we read through this, we'll see that the law, most of the law, is about the sense of justice is looking after those who can't look after themselves, loving those who can't love themselves, taking care of the widows, the marginalized. And I know we go on about this a lot, and I'm not into the gospel of social justice. It's not about that. This is about who Father is. This is identifying his heart and what's important to him. And all we have to do is read through the law and see how important it is that he wanted no poverty to exist, because people would look after those who are disadvantaged. And disadvantage can be stupidity as well. I was disadvantaged by stupidity. You know, stupidity is not an excuse for us not to love that person. You know, we have to love stupid people too. It's you shouldn't call them that, but there are times that I could be described as stupid. There's some things that I've been really stupid in, and that's what's gotten me into trouble in the past, because of stupidity and such. But the whole thing here, the idea of justice, is that as we live in a world it's getting more depraved, and the evil seems to be increasing, and I don't think it's so much increasing as it's becoming more bold and revealing itself. Our response cannot be one of dealing with it with the Old Testament sense of justice, and I think even the Old Testament sense of justice isn't Dad's heart. It's what we've decided to emphasize, and at the same time, it's not a matter of ignoring and excusing and accommodating rebellion against God. It's not about that at all. It's recognizing that there's a difference between those who are enslaved and the power that enslaves. And we're told that our fight isn't against flesh and blood, but against the strongholds. And we have to find a way of being able to love those who are enslaved, to lay down our lives in love, to see them released, freed, and protected. We actually have to protect those who are enslaved. We have to go after those that enslave and protect those who are enslaved. If we can understand the difference, I think we go a long way in the church being everything that has been called to be. And I don't think I need to say more on that. I think that's pretty clear. I think that's just something that needs to be pondered and considered, and our actions evaluated. And we got to find a way of making this happen. All I know is that there's a lot of strongholds that are free to do what they want because we don't know how to fight. Simple as that. And there's a whole bunch of people who are being enslaved who are worse off because of our attempts to free them, because we think that we can force them into freedom instead of doing what we're supposed to do by invitation. So let's get on our knees. Let's get fighting. Let's do what we're supposed to do with what we've been equipped to do it with. God bless.